Welcome to Final Fantasy VIII Part 31. I had a little bit of trouble with Sony Vegas, and also I was busy doing my job. So now it's time for us to finish up the missile base. After last part, we messed up the controls to the point where everything's overloaded. And of course, our actions as well as Selphie's disguise may raise some suspicions. And suspicions have been raised. There is the captain, and he is pretty much pissed at his soldiers let intruders in the base. Considering all the minor setbacks, the launch will still go as scheduled. Granted, we will still end up saving Belong, but it will end up being at the hands of Team 2, not in Team 1. You'll see in just a moment. But right now, we have the captain and two of his flunkies. Well, officer and two of his flunkies. Anyway, all we're trying to do is, well, at least Selphie and Zell and Irvin was trying to do was get the coordinates. But before we could, the soldiers now realize that they've gotten a little bit too suspicious. And now the jig is up, and it's time to whip their ass. See, if you fought from the majority of the time that you started this whole entire mission up until now, there would be random encounters. Every time you talk to a guard, you'll fight them. And of course, again, there would be random encounters. However, your seed rank will take a hit. Speaking of which, the frame rates, one, shits the bed, again in the recording, and two, you see this guy right here, this officer, he's now got confusion due to the fact that he's in boss level. Okay, how confusion works in this game is the person who's confused will randomly attack party members and enemies alike, thanks to the spinning around. Oh, and by the way, that captain also can heal people. So it would be best to try to take them down in one shot, because ironically enough, these guards actually have Phoenix Downs. Yeah, the two guards actually have Phoenix Downs to try to take down the captain. Try to heal the captain. So it would be, well, even though they rarely use it, there was one time they did, and it pissed me off because of it. Anyway, the frame rate is still crapping the bed again, and yeah, I apologize for frame rate crapping the bed. But thankfully, Zell will eventually get back. Wait, Zell's eventually back to his senses. He's still gonna cure them, but now that the talking is over, we can take these guys out. They're not a boss, they're basically mooks. That's all they are, so there's not much to say. Except watch out for confusion, and also watch out for any of the magic. Anyway, oh yeah, like that's the name of the enemy's base soldier and base leader. Which is why when you see them in any walkthroughs or let's plays, they're normally skipped because again, they're normal moves. Anyway, speaking of GFs, I totally forgot one back in Disc 1 during the assassination of the sorceress. I forgot Carbuncle. Those lizards that you fought to try to protect Granoa, I was so hell-bent on trying to beat them that you had to... No, I totally forgot to draw from them. And here I thought it was something of non-importance, and it was. Well, now that the Goon Squad has been defeated, that's the only reason why I brought up Carbuncle, because again, mooks. We can now tamper with the missile launch sequence. And how it works, to pretty much activate it, you can go onto the rightmost console to start tampering with things. However, it's always going to be the person who is in the third position that will find the right console. I'm going to also have to switch around GFs for everybody because of the battle coming up. I mean, I understand that it's gonna take a while. It's gonna take up some time. It's gonna just be outright silly. And also, excuse me as I put on my fan because it is hot as hell in here. Even though it is spring, it's Tampa, Florida, hence spring is practically summer, winter, and fall. So I apologize for the fan in advance because it is sweltering hot. Hot enough to overheat my computer, and I don't want that happening now, do I? Anyway, now we've come to the point where all of our characters must be between an HP level of 3,000 or more, because of the fact that one, the enemies are gonna start hitting for 1,000, and two, wait till we get to Team 2. You see, they have the unpleasant, and I repeat, unpleasant, what was I saying? Oh yes, they have the unpleasant honor of having to fight a T-Rexar in one of their battles, and that's an enemy that they have to beat. They can't run away. It's an enemy they literally have to beat, and they can't escape. So yeah, from here on in, this will be my setup. Selphie will have Ifrit only because Ifrit has an HP junction. Quetzalcoatl and Siren will be with Zell. Oh, I think it was no, it was Shiva and Brothers is going to be with Zell, and Quetzalcoatl and Siren is going to be with Irvin. And from there, we'll work just fine. Now then, I also found out what double was, because I used that off screen before I went to the Galbadian garden. Double is actually the ability to use magic twice in one turn, and triple is the ability to use magic 3 times in one turn. That's going to come in handy later on, trust me. Right now, let's start up these terminals and hopefully stop Balaam's destruction. The last thing we want is Balaam to be turned into a gigantic crater because of the fact that missiles was sent in its general direction. Again, third person in your party is always going to be the one that has the terminal. But if you want to actually see better results or get bonus points, talk to both of your party members who's at the terminals. And that way, you'll get some bonus points. And speaking of bonus points, how we destroy this silo also add on to points to your seed rank. Again, you will see my seed rank take an extreme jump from 5 to at least 2 levels by the end of this. At least 2. I would have gotten more had I gotten less time. But then again, it's me, and of course it's my computer, which has lag. And of course, cutscenes take up time too, so we have to factor that in. So the highest I'm going is 20 minutes, and if you want the minimum, which will give you the highest, it's 10 minutes. 10 or 20 minutes, that's what you take. Anything above that, and you're going to be losing rank, because you'll have more than enough time to get away. And because of this, we're gonna run into a brand new enemy. Because the guard is going to actually hit the alarm. Oh boy. Wait, no. Worse, he's actually altering the course of the missiles. Meaning the missiles are still gonna fire at Balamb Garden even after Zell went and altered the missiles. Son of a bitch! God, these soldiers are resilient. Well, that's what happens when you tangle with the G unit. They always screw you over in the end. Oh, that's not the worst part. You see, not only are we on a time limit, but we're about to meet some unlikely resistance. Meanwhile, all the soldiers in the base are running and breaking neck. God, I wish I could put yakety sax here without any YouTube trademark or any sort of copyright bullshit. I wish I could. But, you know, this game alone may cause some copyright bullshit because YouTube's copyright system sucks. Oh, if you think that's bad? There's the missiles. Thanks, one guy that finally passes out last. So, in other words, regardless of what you did, the missiles will still be launched. However, the base will still be destroyed in the process. And now we meet the boss of this stage. This abomination, as this guy is talking about how Sorceress Idia would kill them if the seeds got away, not to mention Balamb Garden didn't get destroyed. This abomination is the BGH-251F2. BGH-251F2 is weak to lightning. It has 6,000 HP, and it is a good thing that I have HP on every last party member. Now see, if I had Carbuncle, Selphie would have had defense. This is kicking me in my ass. Completely kicking me in my ass. One thing you need to know, aside from the machine gun, draw, protect, so that you can reduce the damage that you're taking. And here's the funny thing. You can draw that from BGH-2512F. I mean, 251F2. God damn it, I almost screwed up his name anyway. Now, I think there's one other thing you can actually withdraw from it as well. Oh, crap. An update label. Of all things, an update label from Adobe Reader. Thank you for cutting into my commentary. But, good news, folks! It lost one of its pistons! And that will be a sure-sign way of saying that you are doing severe damage to it. When it drops down to 2, it will be officially destroyed. Oh, wait, something's got Tentacado. Never mind. Damn. Oh. I honestly thought it was Zell. Oh, well. One thing is perfectly clear, though. If you find yourself taking too much damage, get Curaga immediately, if you have Curaga, by the way. If not, Cura is your best bet. No, wait, you should have Curaga, because after all, if you have Siren, and you got the AP for all of the Black Magic ability, which transfers all the tents into Curagas, then you should have no excuse. You should at least grind and wait for money and buy tents and turn them into Curagas by the time you come here. I do believe there's also Thunder Magic too that does this as well. So that should help you as well in this battle. Anyway, we're almost done. It's down to 3 pistons. No, 4 pistons. Oh, and of course, it's skipped again. Sorry if it's, like, out of sync. And also sorry if it... Oh! Christ! And also sorry if it drops frames. But be careful, because this is where things get completely out of hand. No, it's not. It's Quetzalcoatl. Never mind. This is where things get really out of hand. You see, the BGH 2512F has a nasty little attack that he uses called the beam cannon. And if that beam cannon hits, oh god, you are going to suffer. And since the pistons are still there, yeah, you're gonna be hit very badly. It's almost dead. But see, if I would have done Ooh! As you can wholeheartedly see, that cannon... Oh, wait. It's taking 3 shots, never mind. Oh, and also you could draw stock from it too. Too bad you can't use it. Otherwise, this would have been an easier fight. But again, maxing out Quetzalcoatl actually helps, because this battle is almost over. And the only thing we need to do now is prepare for after the battle is over. Which, of course, there'll be a couple of mooks there. And you'll be cutting it real close if you're doing this 10 minutes. But right now, there's only 12 minutes left. Oh, mind you, one thing. If you do not beat this boss by the time time expires, you will die. Game over right then and there. But this boss is going down, and guess what? Spoiler alert, it won't be the last time in this disc we'll see this boss. And now we've got mooks. Guess where they're going to be going? Down on their ass. But seriously, they're all caught on fire. Awesome. So now we've got Captain, Private 1 and Private 2, Steve and Ryan, trying to make up for the fact that their machine just got destroyed. Well, guess what? Since they're normal mooks, they're now back to their normal selves, and they're gonna go down like bitches. This is the easy part of this boss, folks. And if you're at this point, before time expires, just use normal physical attacks. They'll go down quickly. Anyway, we're done with this battle and the missile base. We get a Weapons Munch June magazine, which now allows Squall, Selphie, Quistis, and Zell to get new weapons. Weapons that we do not have the parts for. Nor will be able to get to any store that will for the time being. So, now that we're locked in, well, we kind of have no choice but to sit back and let everything happen. And again, I'm going to call bullshit on this entire scenario right here. And the reason why I call bullshit on this entire scenario is because, just like with Squall, because he literally had a punctured lung and fell to his death, these 3 right here are about to get blown straight to hell. And the worst part is, this is only disc 2. So yeah, unless they found some underground territory or found some manhole somewhere, guess what? They're as good as dead. So yeah. And poor Selphie, she did all that. She did all that, and in the end, she's waiting for death. Well, that's the end of the missile base, and also that is the end of this part. Trust me, they survive, folks. They seriously do. It's bullshit, I know, but they survive. This is RVMan985. See you guys next time when we play as Team 2. Renoa, sit your ass down somewhere. And we're gonna have to tell everybody that there are missiles literally headed for this base. And Squall pretty much lampshades what's about